It is coyote pupping season, and they're not just being born in the usual places like canyons and forests. In fact, 4 were just discovered under a deck in Pacific Beach. So what should you do if you come across a litter? We talked to the experts to get some answers. Mom has been seen roaming the streets of North PB for weeks.
Oh, Noah, there's a coyote.
CBS 8's Shannon Handy spotted her the other night, and I caught her on video walking down my street earlier this week. Neighbors posted warning signs and took pictures of her in yards. Then we learned she had pups under a neighbor's deck. That neighbor, fearing for their family's safety, took them to the Humane Society.
So far, they're doing fine.
Andy Blue with the San Diego Humane Society's Ramona Wildlife Center says the pups appear to be about 3 weeks old and are healthy. They're being bottle fed several times a day, and he fully expects them to be released back into the wild once it's clear they can fend for themselves.
Last year we raised 15 orphaned coyote pups and were released back out. So, we've been successful with many species, and I would anticipate we will be successful with these little ones.
Although these pups should be fine, Andy says it's best not to remove any babies that seem to be healthy and doing well.
We get many calls a year for animals, raccoon babies, animals living under people's decks, and often they'll move on. If there's commotion and activity around, the mothers will usually move them to another site.
That said, it can be concerning spotting a coyote roaming your neighborhood. Andy's advice, if you see one,
make yourself larger. You can take your jacket and wave it. You can do something to startle them. Anything to startle them is what works, something that they're not used to seeing.
He says walking your dog on a leash helps, and pick up your pet if it's small. He also says it's not a good idea to feed any wildlife because you may get more than you bargain for.
Even bird seeds can attract mice and squirrels and animals onto your property that will then attract a coyote or an animal that you may not want on your property.
Because the mama coyote does not appear injured, the Humane Society has no plans to trap it. It should eventually head back into a canyon area. In Pacific Beach, Steve Price, CBS 8.